You. Welcome, everybody. Lunatic Libertarian here, talking to everybody live on StreamYard, YouTube. Welcome, everybody, to this page. And this is 2024 in review. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2024 in review. First of all, we got to say shout out to my bro with the pro leaves, the organic leaf. Get out there and get these, bro. If you don't want chemicals on your product and you're wrapping tobacco upon tobacco, the Pro Leaf is what you need right there. Hit that QR code, zoom in on the video, and get the QR code and holla at your boy. I'm bald in 2024, going into 2025. Lunatic Libertarian, Lunatic, hit that up. Behind the Hands Television, TV, YouTube, Behind the Hands. I know Mo. Some other shit podcast. Real talk podcast right here. Get your gear links, everything out there on OSOS. Links in the description. Go to the podcast, like, share, subscribe, get out there. So we're going to talk about the year in review. So 2024 was crazy as shit. One of the craziest years that you could ever have. It's just, I don't know. Politics, policy, Clubhouse, Instagram. You can't pay people to fight you on a real level in 2024. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. People are like, "Oh, put you talking dumb shit on the internet." Okay, well, let's go fight. Can't even pay people to fight in 2024. They got reputations and this and that they talk about they need to satisfy. And then we got to talk about boxing in 2024. What a hell of a year of boxing. I don't know. Go hit up God TV, boxing, music. Go hit them up on YouTube. Link in the description below. Go hit up Behind the Hands TV, YouTube, description, link in it's in the link below. Same thing with OSOS podcast. Go hit them in the link below. Go hit a Pro Leaf. Go get you a wrap that ain't got no shit on it, no chemicals, no nastiness, and enjoy your tobacco however you choose to enjoy the tobacco. Hit the QR code right here. Hit that right there. Pro Leaf Organics. If you don't like natural, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I like natural. I like organic. So, what happened in 2024? So, we start off with January, February, March, first quarter. January, February, March. Starting in 2024. We're going strong, just normal working human being, normal nobody. Everything was lost on elections. So going 2024, just working. Go into March 2024. Work is not work. going into vacation, going out to Vegas, going to see my first professional fight. Tim Zoo versus Keith Thurman was the ticket that I purchased. Ended up being Tim Zoo versus Fundora. Had Pitbull Cruz versus Rolly Ramirez on the card. Had Arizlani Lara on the card versus another Australian. I forget the man's name. It starts with a Z. I don't remember his name. Anyways, go out to Vegas, see the card, lose a job. Excellent fight card. The job was a job that I wasn't very much satisfied with. Was plan bureaucracy and economics of nonsense, in my opinion. It didn't make sense to anybody as far as I was concerned. But that's where we live in 2024 when it comes to making money. An existential thing that is just a commodity that allows human beings to trade with each other, regardless if they have any skills or not. If you got money, you can get what you need. It's kind of funny. So, 2024, we in March to April. In March, trying to set up a fight, individual. For a June card, June 19th in Houston. Trying to set up a fight. Get drunk, talk all kinds of nonsense on Instagram Live, trying to promote the fight. You know, you can be a character on live. You can be, a fighter in the ring. I'm not really caring about if somebody says that you're a clown or you're a comedian, you're a nobody, shouldn't be in the ring with somebody. You're the greatest fighter that ever lived. Doesn't matter to me either way. You're promoting a fight. This is what we do. Can't get the fight. Eventually, contract's not signed. Can't get the fight. Talk a lot of shit, to the individuals involved. Still want to fight. Still can't get a fight. I'm sure everybody's like, "Oh, you're smoking cigarettes. Are you a fighter?" The thing is that I'm an old man. We're talking about promoting professional boxing matches. You got to go through an existential treatment as far as to say whether you're qualified. This right here has never negated me to qualify to fight another individual in a boxing ring. Now, regardless of how you feel, whether that is going to allow me to win or not is a different story. This has never said that I couldn't qualify for a license to fight. So that it's really irrelevant when you talk about the concept of getting into the ring and fighting somebody. I had a lot of problems with this right here. Alcoholic beverages in 2024. Still had problems with it. Not gonna lie. And then people look at me like, how can you smoke and drink and still fight? There are people that smoked cocaine, drank alcohol, did diuretics, devastated their bodies in many other ways, and still got in the ring and fought. And that's a misconception that needs to get out of boxing. There's a lot of people that take a lot of drugs in boxing. And they're called performance enhancing drugs. Well, these are performance enhancing drugs, and a person still can't get somebody to fight them in 2024. Now we're going into 2025. So it's kind of funny how there's an argument on both sides when you're talking boxing. Tim Tszyu versus Fontoura, one of the greatest fights I've ever seen, and I got to see it live. I remember Sam Watson looking at me like, "How the hell is this person in just a real tree, a camouflage sweatshirt in these seats?" And I paid almost $6,000 for those tickets. Not gonna lie, 6,000 to give my child the experience that I thought he deserved. I spent the money. There are a lot of people that I talk to in boxing that I do not agree with. I agree with a lot of they say, but yet again, we still disagree on a lot of things. As humanity needs to get past their superiority complex of the labels, titles, and categories, that's another situation. But humanity really needs to get rid of that nonsense in their mind. Because I've seen in the boxing ring and many other disciplines of combat sports, individuals that come from different demographics fuck other individuals up of other demographics. And it has nothing to do with their skin tone, color, their religion, their creed, what country they are from, or any of that shit. Seen it from all sides. A lot of nonsense goes into that. And that's how we promote fights. So the mindset that goes into that is kind of ridiculous to me as well, but we play along with it just as long as we get the fights that we want. Turkey Al Sheikh 2024. A billionaire Saudi prince has gotten us to the point to where we can have fights where the best fight the best and nobody is complaining about contracts or money. Bivol versus Beterbiev, skill for skill wise at light heavyweight, I would say is a James Toney versus what's the Ukrainian Russian cat's name? Where the tiger striped fucking shorts, Kadrilov, or I think it's something like that. He knocked the dude down in the final round as he's losing the fight to win. I think it was the WBO Cruiserweight Championship of the world. Vasily Vasily Girov was his name. Now let's talk about East European fighters versus black fighters in America. First example is Vasily Lomachenko versus Gary Russell Jr. This is before his dad died. Vasily Lomachenko showed his dominance as a East European fighter over a black fighter in that fight. Japanese fighter versus American fighter. Inoue versus Stephen Fulton. Fulton got destroyed in that fight. PBC is imploding. They can't get venues signed. What's happening with PBC? Nobody knows. Fundora and Spence has been speculated over. See, that fight happened in late March, early April. It's now January. Still no significance of whether that fight's going to happen. PBC's imploding. We saw it with Morel versus Benavidez. That fight should have happened end of December. You got Roach versus Gervonta Tank Davis. It should have happened early January. Now it's postponed to March. It's kind of ridiculous that we have entities that were going to change boxing for the better, and then they implode because of money and irresponsible practices that were shown upon by top ranked Golden Boy, but supposedly, it's all good from there. The same thing with Matchroom. Matchroom got rid of $400 million in trying to promote fights in the United States by Russian oligarchs. Didn't work out for them. Did they survive? Yes. Did Top Rank survive? Yes. Did Golden Boy survive? Yes. Did Queensberry survive? Yes. Did the Zone survive? And the Zone owns the legal rights to every sports entity in the world. And I'm going to state that again. The Zone, as a broadcasting entity, owns every single license to every single sport around the world. I can go to the Zone and watch Native Africans that are fighting with their hands tied. The two opposing hands are tied, and then you have a club on the other side. I can watch that on the Zone. If I want to, I can watch darts if I want to. Or I can watch boxing on an international level. It is really amazing to me that people don't understand how centralized these things have become. Turkey Al Sheikh is paying the boxers what they want to be paid. Great. Make that money, earn that money. Terrence Crawford earned his money versus Madrimov. Got tagged doing it. Didn't stop his opponent. Won the fight. Tim Tszyu, who fought Fundora, got destroyed by Makalaev. Destroyed at 154 pounds. Sebastian Fundora's got the WBC, WBO title. Spence can't fight for the WBO title. It's going to be offered to Crawford no matter what. Can we get the Fundora versus Spence fight to actually happen? PBC needs to make that fight happen. We still don't have a fight date yet. It's going to be January 1st. Now, I don't agree with a lot of people when it comes to boxing because I have my own personal perspective. That's the great thing about boxing. You can have a personal perspective. What do we get out of boxing? Entertainment, violence. Supposedly, we're supposed to take the promotional view that Philly fighters are this, Puerto Rican fighters are that, inner city fighters versus rural fighters. Take the demographics: Argentina, Central America, Panama, Puerto Rico. Take your pick. They're all promotional tools. For what? Okay. We are going to pit a demographic of an individual versus another demographic of an individual against each other in an actual combat sport where the fisticuffs prove who is superior. What we've seen throughout the timelines of doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. We create these sports narratives to say that one body of individuals is more superior to another. Okay. How much is that supposed to fly when the narratives are absolutely destroyed in the outcomes of the fights? This is a problem with boxing. It's really a problem with boxing. Can we support the narratives that are produced? And a lot of the times, promoters cannot. let alone the quote unquote media that supports the avenue of boxing. Did Karen beat Boots both times? Watch the punch count. God TV did a great job on it. Go watch that shit. Did Boachuk beat Boots Ennis? Go watch the punch count on it. And then tell me who won the fight. Stop watching fights with sensationalized narratives from pundits that get paid from networks that have already invested in fighters. But it's 2024. About to be 2025. So we'll see what comes from those that actually think they know boxing. Right here, Scott's Golden Gloves. Went there 2023, took a silver medal in the 164-pound division at 40 years old. A nobody. Never had a fight in my life. Go participate in the things that you want to participate in because that's what your heart desires. Don't wait for anybody to give you any approval either. Just go do it. Go out there and be the person you want to be. But stop believing in the nonsense that somebody hates you because of how you were born or what demographics you come from, just because that's been placed upon you by society. I get so irritated by thinking that people have to abide by some kind of label, title, or category to be accepted by society. What's funny about society is that it doesn't exist unless you have strong people to support the ideas in that society. It gets destroyed instantaneously when those that want more than what other people can produce just say that you're not worth being a part of that society anymore. So if you don't have any skill sets that produce outcomes, you are going to be a part of the majority when it comes to society. Just remember that the majority of society can't produce. And they get mad when they can't participate. Those that don't have money, go participate in what you want. Those that say that they're gatekeepers to an outcome that you want produced, tell them to go fuck themselves. Never let anybody tell you what you can and cannot do in society. I had a bunch of people telling me, "Oh, you can't go to the Golden Gloves. You're too old." Okay. Who are you? Boxing pundit, coaches, people that have been in boxing for 20 years. Who are you? Supposedly you're the experts, right? Did you produce my outcome or did I? That's one thing that boxing coaches got mixed up most of the times in their heads is that they're the ones producing the outcomes. You may have transitioned the skill set. The boxer still produces the outcome. You can be mad at that all you want. It's not my problem. One thing I want to say, I was say, go out there. Shout out to organicproleaf.com. Get those wraps right here. The Organic Pro Leaf. Hit that up. The QR code right there. Natural tobacco products. Stop consuming the chemicals because they say that It's where your security comes from. Stop just consuming that dumb shit. God TV, right there. Go out there, check out his videos. Go out there, hit out the OSOS podcast on YouTube. That's the link right there in the ticker. That bottom scrolling, you got God TV, and then you got OSOS. Check it out. Because you might be on some other shit, you just don't know it yet. We got Usyk beating Fury the second time. End of 2024. You got Dubois knocking out Anthony Joshua after he was hurt. I think people really need to start understanding that depending on who you are as an athlete, as a human being, depending on what you want to put in your head as far as your psychology to defeat your opponent, depends on who is willing to deliver the outcome. It's nothing to do with the belief in the opponent, whether they think that their race, their weight, their height, their length, their religion, their diet has anything to do with the production of an outcome. So I think that's quite hilarious that we got many boxing and sports pundits that talk about all this shit. I don't believe in any of it. It's all nonsense. The biggest nonsense that you can believe in is the race card. The biggest nonsense you can believe in is anybody that's talking about their city is more lit than somebody else. What else? Now, I've been overseas, and I've seen people that probably were the smallest and what you could probably say as the insignificant individual that is probably the best combat individual you ever want to serve with. And it's all based on the stereotypes that you looked at that person and thought they were going to be the outcome of a different, and they showed you that no, they different. It has nothing to do about what you think you perceive in your mind. It's about what the outcome is that's produced by the individual. And that's, I think, it has been lost on society. It really has. But I wanted to talk about, I want to talk about, personal detriment in 2024, choices that are made by human beings. I lost some time with my family this year, and we'll never get that time back. This is a choice I made, a choice that was then implemented by government. How much do we want government in our life? I would say that the majority would say 0. But then that same majority would probably say 100%. And it's because of the security factors that go into that mindset, that supplemented mindset, that you are not the creator of your outcomes. But those are great promotional tools when it comes to boxing. What are we going to do for 2025 that's going to be better? I don't know. Don't know. I would like to see some personally. I would definitely love to see some individuals in the ring for 2025. I don't think they have anything for me in a 4-week training camp, let alone a 6-week or a 12-week or an 8-week. I think that people are secure behind guns. I think people are secure behind keyboards. And I think people are secure behind the avenues that are the internet. Support the people that you want to support is probably the biggest message that I would produce out here. Support the people you want to produce. Your money is your bond right now. And even though that dollar in 1919, which was worth $1, is now worth 1 penny, hey, put that paper bullshit where paper bullshit makes significance, I would say. Those that want to fight, I got emails and social media accounts that we can get on, and if you want to fight, okay, well, don't produce a narrative that you can't produce an outcome with. Let's just produce an outcome and see who's the better person. If you're a part of any platform that I support, Smoke With Me TV, Behind the Hands TV, OSOS Podcast, Clubhouse, Who Gonna Catch Them Hands, Coach Anthony out there, former trainer of Raymond Ford, Tevin Farmer, bought his online classes, you name it. You name it. Then there's support. A difference of opinion doesn't mean that it's not a degradation to your brand. And I think people are too isolated on their brand to actually have an outcome of cooperation, so that there's a majority outcome, not the minority. Okay, so 2025 is going to produce a start. Is going to be producing some major Midwest weather. They're talking negative 60 degrees Fahrenheit. First 2 weeks of January, negative 60. Polar vortex, 9 years ago, 2013. Same bullshit. Do you think it's a plot against us? Thoughts go into how systems operate? Check those out. You know, everybody's talking about the government and what they're doing. I would just say stop participating. All right, what do you want to participate in? I know you don't want to participate in these programs. Social Security for 2025. If you're going to call somebody out, show up. Enjoy boxing, because those people get paid now, so you can't complain and run those narratives. Be a person that has integrity. The biggest thing that I have a problem with is loving myself, but love yourself. I'm the Lunatic Libertarian. This is a review of 2024 in a nutshell. Get out there, support your local boxers. Get out there, support your local people. Be a person that actually promotes humanity and don't be a detriment. But if you are out here thinking that you are somebody that is going to harm someone because you think you're this or that, just remember, there's always somebody out there that's bigger and badder than you, and you just might be the bitch in an outcome. I'm the Lunatic Libertarian. I'm going to be out.